What's going on, everybody? What's up? It's your boy, Mike, the Naughty Cruiser. It's Thirsty Thursday, Throat Punch Thursday, Throw It Back Thursday. Welcome to the new year, Thursday. And I'm already in the mood to tell people to get in line because I've had enough. No, I'm just kidding. So I hope you're all having a fantastic night. Thanks for joining me here on the live show. That almost didn't happen. So funny story, I broke down at work today. I was leaving the post office. I pulled out into a real busy street, and the airline said, and the whole trailer came to a stop, taking up 2 lanes on one of the busiest roads around here in Land O'Lakes, Florida. I sat there for about 2 hours waiting to get it fixed. I was on the phone with Chucky for a little bit of that time, and it was just a fun day overall. But I made it home, made it in enough time to get a shower, scarfed down a sandwich while we were counting down the 2-minute timer, and then pushed the button to show y'all my face. But first things first, let's get to the chat. I know Scotty was the first one in the chat, followed by Doug. Those little comments did disappear. And I can't really see the rest of it because, let's see. I see Gay's in the house, Doug's in the house, Scott's in the house, Lourdes is in the house, Kathy is in the house. What's going on, Kathy? And everything just disappeared on me. Kathy's in the house, Diabetic's in the house, Robin's in the house. Who else we got? Who am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anybody at the moment. Shane's in the house. What's going on, Shane? I don't think I'm missing anybody else at the moment. So I'm going to just go away from the comments for a second, and we're just going to talk. 2026. It's crazy. 2026. How is everyone's new year starting off? I hope 2025 ended with great news, and I hope 2026 even ended with more great news. I know Lourdes is happy, so way to go, Lourdes. Kathy, I know you're very happy. If we can give Kathy a round of applause. As of today, Kathy is officially retired. She worked her last shift today, so she is no longer working. She's retired, getting ready to enjoy the rest of her life, doing what we all want to do, all the fun times, all the fun stuff, all the time. So, Kathy, congratulations on retirement. Chuck's birthday is getting ready to come up. He's getting ready to turn the big 5-0. There's so much stuff going on. It's so great. Doug's on the Boats and Bros cruise. He's booked the La Lita Loca cruise. There's so many great things happening, and I just cannot wait to see all of y'all. All of y'all. So, other than that, life has been life. We are closing in on everything. Oh, Robin, before I forget, thank you very much for the Christmas card. It was wonderful. Nice little surprise. So, thank you very much. Martin is in the house. What's going on, Martin? And I used Martin today and Chuck today for a little insight. I don't know if I can do it while we're here. I would love to get everybody's input on it. I created a song for the new intro countdown. So I was hoping to have that go live today. However, it did not go live today because of the way the day has went. So that'll probably go live next week with the countdown. You'll have a completely different song in the beginning for the countdown. And it's got words to it. It's not just an instrumental. It's got words to it. So other than that, everything's going well. Kids had a great Christmas. Everyone's had a wonderful Christmas. Everything went great. We're transitioning into work. I found out today that we got a new contractor that's coming in. So all of that information was sent to me today. So I did my part. Now let's see if the contractor does their part to take me over and just transition with a new company instead of having to, go through the whole rigmarole of other things and all of that stuff. So Haley's in the house. What's going on, Haley? But other than that, everything's been pretty much going the way it's supposed to. The kids went back to school this week, so the house is getting a little bit back to normal. What do we call normal? Whatever. I've been having fun with the 3D printer. Printing all different types of stuff. I got some Carnival light boxes that I printed and all that fun stuff. I've built some Lego. Here's the latest edition that's got to go onto the Lego shelf. Oh no, I broke his foot. I broke his foot. So this is the latest edition that's got to get put onto the Lego shelf. Gizmo with his 3D glasses. So that's got to get put away. I've just been trying to get caught up on so many different things and just get everything going the way it's supposed to go. We're getting ready to set sail on the 24th on board the Carnival Magic. So the reason for the poll is I know a lot of you have booked the Boats and Bros. I know some of you have booked it, whatever the case may be. If you're booked on the Boats and Bros, hit yes. If not, hit no. Martin's not cool enough to book the Boats and Bros. He had to go on some Royal Caribbean ship or something, or Disney or something like that. So other than that, everything's been going well. So we're getting ready to sail on the Carnival Magic out of Miami. It's an 8-day, and then we come back for a day, and then we sail on the Paradise out of Tampa for the 5-day Boats and Bros. Other than that, there's nothing else on the books until the Lolita Loca group cruise out of Philadelphia with my boy Dave Dietz. Shout out Dave. And that's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much the way it's gone. I am looking to have a little bit more free time. Thanks for the message, Chuck. Appreciate you. Chuck's got my back, Jack. I'm looking to have a little bit more free time towards the end of the month when we get ready to go on these ships. So I'm planning on taking a Lego set with me to build on board the ship. I'm planning on doing a full ship tour of the Magic 2026 ship tour. And then the Paradise. It's been a little while since I've been on the Paradise. I know a couple friends that were just on. So I'm going to get with them and see if anything has changed or anything like that. It's a fantasy class ship. It's smaller, less balconies, more ocean views, inside cabins, things like that. But we are in a balcony cabin on both. So definitely be on the lookout for ship tours from those two ships, port videos, and all that stuff. I'm going to do my best to stay out of the Devil's Den on both of those trips. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to go into the casino. For all of you that hold me accountable every time and go, did you go? I'm not going to say I'm going in the casino or I'm not going in the casino. I'm definitely going to hit the casino, but that doesn't mean I'm going to spend a lot of time in the casino. I'm going to focus a lot more on content, base things on content, and do all of that stuff on those two sailings, and then transition all that into April as well. So, Controversial Cruising in the house. What's going on, Scott? Chris is in the house. Cruising Chris. What's going on, Chris? So that's the whole process, right? So the little bit of time that I'm going to have at the end of the month is going to be pumping out Star of the Seas videos as well as Star Princess videos. I know all of you that are on the Alaska group cruise are antsy for those videos to come out. I promise you they are coming. Just with everything going on with work and then the holidays and all that, I've been a little behind. So I appreciate y'all for waiting for me and holding out. I got to meet Kathy and Dal over the Christmas break. They were down here visiting family. It was awesome. I got to meet them prior to the Alaska group cruise. So Martin, you're out of luck. I met them first. And I'll be catching up with Martin in February. So other than that, my birds are in the playoffs. Go Birds. We'll see what happens with all of that fun stuff. So that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much the way it's gone for me over the last couple weeks. I know we haven't had a couple shows, and we haven't really had a show since last year. Do we got one of those? Yeah, we do. We haven't had a show since last year. That's such a cheesy joke. People do that all the time. See you next year. I ain't seen you since last year. Bro, we're 6 days in. Come on now. We're 6 days in. So, other than that, everything's been copacetic. It's been going the way it's supposed to go. All of that fun stuff. So, if you have any questions, fire away in the chats. I'll do my best to answer all the questions. And Doug, yes, Star Princess videos will be coming first because I know there's a big interest in those as well. Gay, we can't wait to meet you either. We cannot wait to meet all of y'all. Like it's awesome. Getting to meet Kathy and Dal and have conversations with them, it was really great because you kind of have like that one-on-one time, right? And that's the one big thing I push for whenever I do any type of group cruise, whether I go on someone's group cruise or we do like a non-group group cruise, like we did the Booze Cruise a couple years ago, the Boats and Bros. that's one thing I always tend to do. I always try to make my rounds and have a conversation one-on-one, a little personal conversation with everybody, because that's what it's all about, right? Cruising is about enjoying yourself, meeting new friends, seeing new destinations, all of that stuff. So I try to have that little bit of interaction with everybody as much as I possibly can. When we do dinners, I try to bounce around from table to table. I typically don't sit at the same table. But I think for Alaska, that's what we're going to do because we have like this whole area in like one section of the ship. So I think I'm just going to put one table in the center and then just everybody around, and then have like 2 to 4 empty seats at that table every night so people can rotate and have dinners or things like that. So there's still a lot in the works for the Alaska group cruise. I started putting some things more so pen to paper, more so keypad to notebook on the computer to get all of that figured out and all of that stuff. So look at that, Chris. Welcome to the new kids club. I don't have one of those. I got to make a sound for that. So until then, we got this one.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Listen, I'm a little rusty. It's been since last year that I've had to push that button. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. So horrible. But what was I talking about? So I started putting things into the computer on the Alaska group cruise. When Dal and Kathy were here, they got to see some of the fun stuff that is being that has been already purchased or made or acquired for the Alaska group cruise. I'm happy to be here, but I'm getting sleepy. Meds I'm taking for a pinched nerve. Really painful. Lourdes, you don't have to hang around. I love you for coming in and saying hello and all that. If you're getting sleepy, girlfriend, take your puppy dog and go to bed. I know the feeling. I'm getting there myself. Once I end this, I'll probably fall asleep right here. But I have started messing around with the 3D printer on some things because I want to make some things for Alaska with the 3D printer. So I've printed some Kelly Green Eagles coasters because I'm a big Eagles fan, right? So I started messing around with certain things and I moved it away from the desk because it was in the way. Let me see if I can't find it. Alaska time soon enough. Martin with a super chat. Martin, you owe Haley $10. I got your back, Haley.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Oh, I was quick that time. Look at that. So I test printed a few things for Alaska. I came up with this design. I don't really like the way it came out. Like if you look at the lettering, it's like not perfect. It looks like it says 2025 instead of 2026. So I just did like a real thin test print. Didn't waste that much filament. Didn't take that much time. And then I did it with my favorite lettering. Y'all already know, like the permanent marker lettering. That's always the lettering I use. If you look on the backdrop here. It's used on the thumbnails for most videos and all that stuff. So I came up with this design and it looks like it printed so much better. You can see the 2026. You can see the Alaska State of Mind. I got a big old grizzly bear that's rocking like a hoodie. And I really like the way this turned out. So I think I'm going to make this bigger, but around the edges, maybe make it circular and turn it into a coaster. And then everyone's going to get a coaster in with their goodie bag. Yeah, so I've just been having fun. It's a great little toy. I've been making so much stuff with it. I've been just dabbling with things here and there and just trying to come up with ideas on certain things. I think it looks a lot better than the original. So it was definitely a fun design. I liked this one a little bit more because of the way the Alaska popped. It looked like it was a faded Alaska versus this one. But this one's much cleaner in design and all that stuff. So 3D printer printing 2D products. I mean, it is what it is, right? You really can't really call a coaster 3D. So I don't know if I'm going to make coasters with them or if I'm going to make magnets. That's one thing I have to figure out. Is all of that stuff. And here's Doug. Looks like you need to put that on a shirt as well. Doug wants every design on a t-shirt. I can't put every design on a shirt because I want things to be different. But that is a cool design. I do like that design. I need to change my nose ring. It keeps turning on me. Martin says Chucky loves that thing. Yeah, I do. I'm having so much fun melting plastic. It's insane how much fun I'm having with this. I think starting in like February or March, I'm going to, start printing bigger Lego bricks for a Lego Christmas tree for next year. Who knows? Kathy, yeah, I can absolutely do keychains with this. That's actually how I made this design. I made it into a keychain and then made it bigger. I sized it up to be bigger to try and turn it into a coaster or something like that. But yeah, I think it's pretty neat. Make them into a magnet so it could be put on the cabin door. Yeah, see, my only concern is with that is someone's going to steal it, and then I'm not going to have any more to replace, because you got to remember I'm flying in from Florida, right? So extra luggage, extra weight, and all of that stuff, I got to account for all of that. So I want to make sure that I have enough for everyone, and then obviously have a few extras, but I don't want to go too crazy and have 3 or 4 bags full of stuff and, have 3 or 4 bags of empty stuff coming back. But Gay, you know what? I got to talk to you too, because the other day they found Tim Tams at Ross. So I got 2 packs of Tim Tams on my, well, now I have 1 pack of Tim Tams on the counter because 1 pack's already gone. But I got some Tim Tams in Ross. They only had a couple. They didn't have cases or anything like that. And I thought they were fake, but it said made in Australia right on the back of it. And they tasted really good. So I'm going to need some more of those. And I got a picture I got to send you too. I should have did that the other day. I don't know why I didn't send it the other day. Let me go in and send Gay this picture real quick. So there's 2 pictures that I just sent you, Gay, over on Facebook. I saw that in the store the other day, and I thought of Dan right away. And I was like, oh, I need to pick up some of this stuff. It's funny we talked about the 3D printer, and now it shows up on my social media feeds. Yeah, so it's crazy, right? Because there's certain things that I'll talk to Chuck about, like when we're on the phone. And then next thing you know, I'll be like, yeah, man, I really should try out this piece of camera equipment or something like that. And then that piece of camera equipment will end up showing up in my feed. Millions of ads for a piece of camera equipment will show up in my feed. Tim Tams are like a chocolate graham cracker type of cookie with a delicious coating on top of it. We're going to have some for Alaska. I got to figure it out. I want to try and get certain things for everybody. I know Doug's going to bring some candy with him. He typically does that on a lot of cruises. He brings different types of candy to put in the goodie bags and all of that stuff. And he already reached out to me about that. So, yeah, it's an odd place to find them at. Ross Dress for Less. Yeah, it's crazy. They're listening. They're always listening, Kathy. It's never going to change. But I want to win $1 million. I wish just one day I'd win $1 million. Just one day before February 4th of 2026 to win $1 million. Listen, if they're always listening, I need the winning lottery numbers before they're drawn. I know that you like Arrow, Mike, but they do. But do you like the mint flavor? If so, I'll bring some mint bars. Yeah, so the mint one's actually my favorite Arrow bar. That's one of my favorite. Tim Tams as a straw is a next level hack. I'm going to have to try that, Databetic. I'm definitely going to have to try that because I literally just opened the pack and just like, nom, 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 like shoving them in there. But yeah, let's see if we win $1 million. If you win $1 million, you'd be my new best friend. I'd be a lot of people's best friends if I won $1 million. Listen, I'm not going to tell anybody I won $1 million. There'll be signs, but I'm not going to tell you I won $1 million. There's probably about 3 select people in this world that I would phone up and be like, look, I just hit the lottery. Quit your job. I wish I could say there was more. And maybe after Alaska, there will be a lot more people I can say that about. But I have 3, maybe 4 select friends in my life that I'd be like, yo, that's it. I told you I will take care of y'all. Quit your jobs. We're going to go buy an island somewhere off the coast and just enjoy the rest of our lives. Martin said if I won the Powerball, I would not tell Haley. Martin gets ratted out. I remember one time Martin sent me a screenshot of conversation between him and Haley, and Martin was buying lottery tickets, and somebody Haley knew took the picture and was like, yo, your man's over here buying lottery tickets. I was like, look at that, bro. Bro's getting watched like a hawk on some lottery tickets. Yeah, there will definitely be signs and all that. So I don't know. It's crazy, right? Because like you sit here and you fantasize about certain things in life because we're human and that's what we do, right? We think about things, like we fantasize about our next vacation, or we get on the computer and we look at cruises and we try and figure things out. And just imagine what your life would be like, right? Like I am the person that would have $1 million and probably still live my life as conservative as I have for this long. I don't think $1 million is going to change me. I know they say money changes people, but yeah, I don't think it would change me. I think I would still be the same person I am. If I won $1 million, I'd actually book the chef's table. Listen, I know it's expensive, but it is well worth the cost, especially on the XL class ships. I've enjoyed it on the Jubilee. Did it on the Mardi Gras the one time. I actually enjoyed it on there. And it's been wonderful. The food has been phenomenal. Everything's been great. I have no complaints when it comes to the chef's table on those types of ships. Now, I can tell you this. I don't think I'd book it if it was in like the MDR and they just had a table sat away in this little secluded area. I don't think I would do it then. But on the Mardi Gras, the Jubilee, the celebration, they have a nice little private venue. It's down in the galley and all of that stuff. And it's an awesome little area. I would need to win more than $1 million to retire and move to Florida. Well, it's $1 million US, Doug, not $1 million Canadian. I mean, $1 million. I don't know. For two people, I'm pretty sure you can survive on $1 million and live in Florida the rest of your life. Let's just ended that poll, so that way now I know there's a few of you that are going. 13% yes out of 15 votes. The Uber cruisers are in the house. What's going on, Ian? Hope y'all are having a great day. Not going to say night. I'm used to this now. When I see Ian and I see gay, I know it's a great day. Having a great day. They have a separate room on the panorama for the chef's table. Yeah, I've never done the panorama. That's on the list. I've looked at a couple itineraries for later on in this year. I actually got a phone call today from Princess. They're trying to get me booked on this free Rolex cruise in December. One out of California, one out of Florida. One's the Enchanted Princess out of California, and then the Sun Princess out of Florida. But they're right around Mikey's birthday. So I don't think that's going to happen. It looks like a great offer, but it's not one that's going to work for me. You need $2.5 million to buy one of the new apartments in the building group up next door to our building. What? $1 million isn't enough for a house here. Listen, when I moved to Florida, okay, when I moved here, the house I live in cost $200,000. And you can ask anyone that has been to my house. That's Chuck, Kathy, Scott, any of them. I have a pretty big house. Like it's not to boast. It's not to brag. I have a corner property. I have a big pool in my lanai. This whole room is just one of the living rooms. There's a whole nother living room on the other side of the doors. And it's like 3,400 square foot of home. It's a big house. That's my one son's room. This is a bathroom on this side of the wall. Big family room with a fireplace. Kitchen, dining room, another living room, master, 2 other bedrooms with another bathroom, 2-car garage. And it was less than $210,000. So for me, $1 million is enough to live off of. That could pay off the mortgage, that could pay off the cars, and then I'll leave some money in the bank and invest a little bit. You never know. I don't know. again, maybe when the kids are grown, $1 million would be a lot more to live off of. Now that I have the 3 kids, 14, 12, and 8, it might be a little bit harder to live off of $1 million. A condo in Vancouver is over $1 million, and I live an hour away in Maple Ridge, and homes here start at over $1 million. That's insane, right? Like, it's all about location, right? So, like, St. Pete was never a big area in money down here for a while. Like, now that it's an up and more, well, for the last 15, 20 years, it's been an up and coming area, and houses and condos and all of that are going through the roof. How much is your house worth now? I don't know. Let's see. So the Zestimate is $360. That's what the Zestimate's coming in at. But it's definitely more than that because I know houses that are like just being listed around here are getting listed for in the high 4s. So it's definitely, could sell for more than that, but $150,000 more than what was paid for it. So can't really argue with that. 94 where Ian's at. That's a hot day. 27 where Gay is. But you get the little breezes. I don't know, man. I need to get to Australia. I'm so jealous. I really wish there was a way I can put that song in here. Let me see. That's a sound effect. I don't know. Let's see if I can't. It's not that one. I don't think I fixed it until after I left the house. So Martin and Chuck listened to it. Martin gave me better info than Chuck did. And then when I explained to Chuck what the plan was, Chuck was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good." Let's download MP3. Let's go here. Pull this up. Back. Da, 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 da. All right, so now it should be there. So let's go here. Recents. Haley helped too. Haley did help too. So this is it. That's the one. That's the one I need. Why can't I move this though? I need to. Don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. So let's get out of that. Let's move this up here. I know it's taking time away from everything, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be really worth it. Houses in Australia are ridiculously expensive. Brisbane's over $800. Well, needless to say, Mike's not going to retire in Australia. It doesn't sound like he's going to retire in Canada. Yeah, looks like we're going to need to hit more than $1 million. S. There we go. Open. Don't stream copyright music. Yep. It's not copyright music. I own it. So try again. Let me know if you hear this. You don't hear the funny little ba-doom. Yeah, I'm on the west coast of Florida. Yep. The next video series is not going to be more cheese and alcohol. It's going to be cruise ships and buffets. Listen, you know what? Here's another funny thing before I even push that button, since y'all are now saying you heard it, so we'll know that works. I got a phone call today, and I was asked a question about elevator music. And the question was, what elevator music do you prefer? Do you prefer this type of elevator music or this type of elevator music? I said, you know what type of elevator music I prefer? I prefer this one. Bing, this is your captain from the bridge. That's the elevator music I prefer, people. Anyway, let's hope it plays right. Let's hope it plays good. This is something I've been working on for a little while now, tweaking here, tweaking there. It's going to be the new music for the intro countdown, right? The 2-minute countdown when I push the button and all of that fun stuff. So without further ado, take a listen.
Scrolling through my feed, another boring day. Then I hit the channel and I sailed away. Yeah, the naughty cruisers got me feeling alive. Cruise talk, late nights, like a backstage dive. Pack your bags, we're shipping out. Salt in the air and zero doubt. Comment sections going wild. We're cruising like a misfit child. 'Cause we're naughty, we're loud. Yeah, we're different from the crowd. Sailing through the chaos like a punk rock cruiser. Hit subscribe, come along. Every week, another song. Life's better on the waves with the naughty cruiser. Oh yeah. Live stream nights, we're staying up till 10. Talking future trips and talk 'em all again. From Alaska dreams to Tokyo seas. Got the countdown rolling with the ocean breeze. Grab your drink, raise it high. We're chasing sunsets in the sky. This channel's more than bits we make. It's a crazy crew that never breaks. 'Cause we're naughty, we're loud. Yeah, we're different from the crowd. Sailing through the chaos like a punk rock cruiser. Hit subscribe, come along. Every week, another song. Life's better on the waves with the naughty cruiser.
So that's the fun stuff I've been working on. And Martin's got me really confused because he's saying it's not the Yacht Rock one, but yet I just downloaded the one that I worked on. And it's not the same one because it sounds completely different. So I'm highly disappointed. But it's supposed to be Yacht Rock, so I don't know why it completely changed the whole vibe. That's so sad. Let's see. Home on the range. It says it's Yacht Rock. I don't know why. Oh, I'm so mad. I downloaded the wrong one. That is so horrible. All right, well, either way, You know what the lyrics are. You know how it sounds. It's not, Martin. Look at the picture I sent you on Facebook. I promise you it's not country, my guy. I promise you wholeheartedly it's not country. Still better than the first one. Yeah, Martin didn't like the first one. The first one was punk rock style. Martin didn't like that. He made that very clear. He did not like that. But that'll be live next week. It's going to sound a little bit different. It's going to have more of a yacht rock vibe to it than that. What's yacht rock mean? Yacht rock is like your 70s, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, things like that. So it's not as heavy rock, but it's more of your yacht rock. It's a great genre of music, especially if you like to travel. You get some really good music in yacht rock, some really good songs. One of my favorites. Classic rock and yacht rock are definitely like my top two. I don't listen to rap, R&B, none of that stuff. So it's classic rock and yacht rock. Let's see what we got in the chat. Everyone's just pretty much saying hello. I'm just going to scroll through and see if there's any questions. Any questions? Under the sheet. I'm really excited to get away. I can't wait to go on this cruise. Where's it going? Let's see. So, we have two of them lined up. The second one I'm not really worried about. That's Grand Cayman for my birthday, and then Cozumel. But the first one we leave out of Miami, at sea, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Phillipsburg, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. Then Sea Day, and then back into Miami. So, St. Martin, St. Thomas, Amber Cove, and Puerto Rico. I have to figure out what we're going to do. Martin said, I see your text. It said Yacht Rock. Right. So it clearly said Yacht Rock. That's why I clicked the download button. Yeah. What are we going to do? I need some ideas. I need some video ideas for what everyone wants to see on board the ship, whether it's, venues or things like that. I know I think I did the Carnival Magic dirty the last time I was on it. I think one of my videos was, should this ship be scrapped? And it's really not that old of a ship, but it definitely felt like it was an older ship. It definitely looked like it was an older ship. And then, I'm going on the Paradise either way, which, it's whatever. But I get to spend my birthday in Grand Cayman, which is awesome. And then we're in Cozumel. So that's a little 5-day cruise. But I'm more so worried about the 8-day. And the only reason for these cruises, let's make it clear, is to hit Diamond. These are both 3-time VIFP point cruises that are coming up. So the goal is to hit Diamond. So I'll be Diamond at the end of the Paradise cruise. Now, it's great to be able to see everybody with the Boats and Bros cruise too, so that's going to be awesome. I don't remember what was the port we missed due to weather on the Boost cruise on the Glory. It was Grand Cayman. That was the last time I would have been able to have hit Grand Cayman, because the last couple itineraries that I've been on has not been Grand Cayman. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it was Grand Cayman. So that left New Orleans, at sea, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Georgetown, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, at sea. Now, it was another sea day, right? It was a great sea day. We all had fun. We all had a good time. I definitely think it was a good cruise. Definitely one of my favorites. And then we hit Cozumel, and Paradise Beach was perfect. So here's a perfect segue into that. Any of you that are going on the Boats and Bros, go ahead and book your tickets to Paradise Beach. It has been finalized. That is where we are going to go. We're going to spend the day in Paradise Beach in Cozumel and eat some spicy beef tacos. They have the best spicy beef tacos on the whole island. It's absolutely one of my favorites. And they make some really good drinks. I do know the day beds are currently all sold out for the day we're going to be there. I don't think there's any available day beds. So it would just be your access to get into the place. And it's fun. If you've never been to Paradise Beach, you got to go. I know a lot of people are really big into that Mr. Sancho's and all of that stuff. And Mr. Sancho's is great. Don't get me wrong. But there's just something about what was all that about? Anyway, there's something about Paradise Beach. I enjoy it there. I enjoy the food, the coconut shrimp, the drinks, the service, all of that stuff. Usually I get a day bed. There was no day beds available this time. And I haven't even booked it yet. But Paradise Beach is where we're going. Like Doug said, Paradise Beach is booked. Get a new angle. I don't like the new angle because it's a crappier camera. I mean, Apple products are not cheap. They're relatively expensive, and you know, for some reason I don't know why. I think the cable might have just been loose for me. Like, you know, I have this thing, right? Like I always have to do something with my hands. So typically I keep like 3D printed stuff, like this knitted cat keychain that I made on my 3D printer here, and I'll like fidget with stuff, but it makes noise. And the microphones for the DJI mics, they pick up such great audio, so I tend to not like touch things that make noise. My stretch cheese is too big and it makes noise. So I tend to not, again, pick it up. I got other clickers over here. I got other stress toys over here. I don't know what it is. I just always have to be doing something with my hands. And if it was just Martin and Chuck on here, I'd be doing something different with these hands. I'm just kidding. Let me leave them alone. And if you were wondering, they're 2 of the 4. And really, Martin's only 2 of the 4 because he's married to Haley. So Martin's a shoo-in for the second place. The kitty is cute. Yeah, the kitty, it was a fun little build. It made it look like a knitted cat. But I'll be honest with you, it's a very long print. So if I wanted to print like 12 of these, it would take like 9 hours just to print the cat. That's not including the eyes and the nose. That's quick. That's super simple, super easy. But it was just fun, like beginning when I first got the printer, it was just something to try out, to test the filament and see all that fun stuff. But if you want, I'll show you the Carnival light that I made for my shelf. I gotta put the Carnival light on my shelf, so I'll show you that. So my cruising shelf is going to have this Carnival light on it, and it's not just, you know, it's really cool. It lights up. It lights up. It's alive! And then I can dim it. And I can make it brighter. I can turn it off. And then it just sits on the shelf. It's just something fun that I felt like I needed to make. But these lights that I have in it are going to have to come out because they're not working the way I want them to work. That's why it's not on the shelf yet. You'll just have to snuggle on the sand. Come on, Chucky boy, let's snuggle on the sand. We'll have Doug take pictures for us, so we won't feel too bad. I told Haley I want an RC light. I have to look. I want to make every cruise line, right? So I want to make at least all the cruise lines I've been on. So Royal, NCL, Margaritaville, Carnival, Princess, MSC, and I want to have them like on the shelves. I printed a couple sports lights and all that stuff. But I think it's a cool thing, right? And it's super simple. It's not like this big crazy thing. It's just 2 pieces of plastic with some lights taped onto the inside. and they just snap together. Super light. You can throw it, hit somebody in the head with it. It wouldn't hurt. It's just a fun little build. The light on the camera doesn't know justice. When we saw the picture, it was great. Yeah, the picture looks way better. By the way, tomorrow is Dan and my 18th wedding anniversary. Congratulations! 18 years. How'd you put up with them for so long? What's your secret? Happy anniversary. Flamingo light. I can absolutely make a flamingo light. Flamingo lights can be made. I can absolutely do that. So far, I've printed a Tampa Bay Bucks light, a Philadelphia Eagles light, a Pittsburgh Steelers light, a Carnival light, a Miami Hurricanes light. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a wonderful little side project and things to do. It was definitely a fun project to get. So the 3D printer was definitely a good choice. I think I want to buy a 3D printer. You might have to take out a loan because some of them are not cheap. I'll be honest with you. The one I got wasn't super, super expensive. It wasn't super inexpensive, but it's good because I can do multicolor prints. So instead of having to change filaments by hand and all that stuff, I just load the filament I need and it multicolor prints it. So it works perfect for what I'm typically trying to do or what I'm trying to print. Speaking of the Canes, they're only up by 1 point. Oh, 7:54 left to go in the fourth, and Ole Miss is only down by 1. Come on, Miami. We got married on my first ever cruise on Pacific Sun with just the 2 kids, then aged 5 and 10. Oh, that's awesome. Really? Remember back like a month ago when I was threatening to throw the camera at the wall? Yeah, I think that's going to happen again. I don't know why. It's very frustrating. Not even on 1,000 cruises. I don't think she's been on that many. She's definitely been on more than me. Denise is in the house. What's going on, Denise? Dal and I will be married 42 years this year. Jeez. And here I only thought you were 33 when you were here, Kathy. How is that possible? You have gremlins. I do. I built this gremlin out of Legos. And he's got 3D glasses. So yeah, I do have Gizmo. But if you're not careful, his head will come off. And then you'll just have a gremlin's head. And then you just have to put it back on. But it's cool because the piece that they use for that, I'm able to like turn his whole head, which is pretty awesome. I just checked the wire in. It's not loose on the back of the camera, so I don't know what it is. I'm definitely just going to have to look into it and figure it out. It's probably because I checked the score of the Miami Hurricanes game. It's pretty close. It's 17-16. I mean, you know, that's a pretty close score, if you ask me. Oh, thanks. Have I told you lately that you're my favorite? Nope, but I will take it. And I will rub it in. I will text Dave and be like, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm the favorite. Well, if your group cruise is anything like the one on the Glory, it's going to be a great time. You know how to do it right. Shane, I appreciate that. I hope everyone has a great time on the Alaska group cruise. It's definitely going to be fun. It's not your typical group cruise. We're going to be in Alaska seeing wows and all that stuff. It's definitely going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We're going to have people from Australia and Canada and, New York and all of that stuff. So, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I sit here and I think, like, it's tough because I'm such a small fish creator wise, such a small fish in a big pond of creators. And it's amazing how many people trust me enough to want to come with me on an Alaska group cruise and come from like Australia or Canada or things like that. So it kind of like hits a little bit, and it makes me feel really good that I have this much support from such amazing people. Ian with a super chat.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
I better even the score. I gave Matt Allen and Tony Barnett the same. I don't want to be on the bad books. Ian, you never be on the bad books. Don't ever feel obligated. I do appreciate it very much. It is very, very thoughtful, and I appreciate it really very much, honestly. Going on my first whale watching excursion in Cabo peak season. That'll be fun. Enjoy that. I did whale watching once. It was in Alaska. I had a really good time, and I hope everyone has a really good time in Alaska while watching this year. And it's awesome, right? Because like, not only do I get to spend that time with you guys when we go to Alaska, but I get to spend that time with my kids. It'll be the first time my kids take like a big major trip like this. They've all been on cruises before. We've all went other places. We came to Florida and Disney before we lived here and all that stuff. But it'll be the first time I get to take my kids somewhere as adventurous as Alaska, even though you're not going up into like Anchorage or anything like that. But it's definitely an experience I get to have with my kids. And then the small group of us have talked about renting a big 12-passenger van, and we're going to go from Seattle all the way up into Vancouver for a day. So my kids will get to see what it's like to cross the land border. So there's a lot of things that are going to be like, you know, hitting the heart and all that stuff, pulling on the strings a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. My grandmom's going to be there. You know, at her age, it's going to be great to spend some time with her and the kids together doing things like that. So definitely worth it. Well, if I don't have to feel obligated about super chats. Yeah, no, never. Anybody, never feel obligated. And here's Ian. 30 Aussie dollars is like $1.50 US. It doesn't matter how much it is. It could be a penny. Don't ever feel obligated. I do appreciate it. But all of y'all, don't ever feel obligated. I tell Databetic that all the time. Like, I appreciate it. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's an awesome thing that you guys do. But don't ever feel obligated. What's the joke? Let me see. Did I miss something? Whale washing still doesn't sound like fun. JK. Whale washing. Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm pretty good at let me stop, because I will come back with another joke that's inappropriate. Alaska is on the bucket list, but as a solo cruiser, not really. Not really. And it depends on the cruise line, right? So there's a lot of cruise lines that they charge that double occupancy, but depending on the cruise line, if you have a little wiggle room, Carnival is relatively inexpensive for Alaska. The most expensive is the port fees and taxes, if you gamble, that is. Everything's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's not too far out of reach for a solo cruiser. Look at that, Databetic. Tried to give a penny before, it won't let me. LOL.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Listen, I appreciate it. Tell them about my video of while watching. Yeah, so I'm not jealous or anything, but when Kathy and Dal were here, that's a good point, Kathy. And I really hope we have this experience, right? Because when I tell you they were on the boat right here, the wow was right here. Like, the wow was so close it could have breached and landed on the boat. Like, it insane how close they were. Absolutely insane. When the wow spat water, they got wet. That's how close they were. It's insane. We're looking for the While Watching tour on the Alaska cruise. That's going to be fun. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. That day is Juneau. And when we get back from that, I got the whole book of everything written down. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's going to give things away, because as we get closer, the daily Alaska posts that are in the group, they're going to change. I'm going to shift a little bit and we're going to go in a completely different direction. You're going to see a lot more things geared towards the cruise itself, not just facts of Alaska. So there's going to be a big transition in the Facebook group over the next 2 months. And then we're going to get on pace with posts leading up to all of the stuff that's going to be happening in Alaska, continuing that daily countdown. But that day we're in Juneau for the Wow Watching, that's all going to end. And then I believe I'm going to go hang out for the rest of the day at Hangar on the Wharf. You are all more than welcome to come and hang out with me at Hangar on the Wharf and get some crab legs. It'll be a little bit cheaper than Tracy's Crab Shack because it's not right there at the pier, and it'll be well worth it. Shane with a super chat. Have a great time in Alaska. Here is some throwing around money. I appreciate that very much.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Look at that. I'm quick with the button. Martin says, Gay, get ready to lose trivia. Martin, you're going to lose because I gave Gay all the answers. I really didn't. If Gay wins, let's just clear this up. January 8th at 10:57 p.m. Gay does not have all of the answers to trivia. But since we're stuck on Alaska and we're talking about that, let's wrap up the video and check it out with Alaska. Let's see if it works. I was about to end the broadcast. I was going to click the wrong button. Because that's what I do. I don't read. I just click. And Martin, it's rude for you to tell Gay to be prepared. She's already wetting her undies. She's got this. She's got it all. Just because you tell me doesn't mean I won't say it's rigged. Listen, I mean, I fully anticipated that to begin with. Martin's always going to say everything's rigged. If someone gets to the MDR before him, it's rigged. I hope you have been studying all day post, as I am sure that more than a few questions will come from that. Yes, Doug, you are very right. There are going to be a few questions coming from the daily post. So if you haven't been keeping an eye on the daily post, I suggest you do. And it's going to be randomly selected. I'm going to put it into an app generator, and it's going to randomly select at least 10 of the daily posts from the group for the Alaska trivia, as well as some posts that I have not posted, so that way you don't have the answers. There's going to be some sneaky peeks in there, But, Kathy told me her, Dal, and Mindy have been preparing. Everyone's been preparing. Kathy seen the trophy with her eyes when she was here, her and Dal. So it's wonderful. It's rolling in. We're in 2026. We're finally in the home stretch to it. We have a few more months until final payment rolls around, and then only a few short months until then. So how about I come up with the trivia questions, which I can sell wrong answers to Martin to fund my super chats to Mike, who will refund back to Haley. Databetic, shoot me a message after the live show, and we'll get it set away and squared away. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me on another Thursday night. I will be here next week. Same bad channel, same bad place, same damn time. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for hanging out. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Y'all stay naughty. Peace.